Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Frying Pan Podcast, the number one podcast in the universe. We have a lot of listeners on Saturn, Mars, good ratio. Jupiter, whew, we're killing it on Jupiter. It's me, your host, Daniel Schmorgenblaps here, and I'm here with my good buddy and fellow astronaut.
Hi, my name's Robert. That's
He's
it.
just Robert.
Just
He's just
Robert.
Robert. Just Robert. You know, something light, something simple.
Yeah. As opposed to my alternate name, Gorgle Gank, the Destroyer of Worlds, Eater of Hearts, and Breaker of Men.
Fair enough. I love the fact that, like, when it comes to, like, alien names, it's just, like, I don't know, just, like, a random assortment of letters, but it always sounds like you're, like, throwing up.
Yeah, it really does. And honestly, I feel like I always go for the same one every time, even though in my head I think it's a random thing.
I feel that. I don't know, I always default to, like, it has, like, an or in it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Gorgle Snatch. I don't know, it's just one off the top head. You can keep that one for free.
The Babadook.
The Babadook, Babadook gay icon. Not an alien, but, you know, we stand the Babadook at the end of the day. But anyways, Robert D'Onofrio, how are you doing today?
I'm alright, man. I've been in like this weird like halfway through the semester pretty much kinda like it's and like it hasn't started to feel like a real school semester yet. Like online schooling hasn't really felt real for me. Like the danger of online schooling I've noticed is that like it has a magical way of feeling optional even though it's not.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you don't have to like report to anybody or anything like that.
Exactly. So like it gets like in this weird rut where I'm trying to like find the motivation to work, but at the same time like it's just like fucking it just not what I want to do. So
Yeah.
like in my efforts to rearrange my mindset this week, I like rearranged my room. Like, that was a big thing for me. And I
Mhm.
actually feel like I did a really good job. Like it almost feels like it doubled my like open space almost, which is kind of insane.
Very nice.
Like I didn't know like my room was that badly set up beforehand because like this is the third time I've rearranged my room since I've started living here. So
Mhm.
like every iteration's gotten better, but this one's hit peak.
I respect that. Honestly, I feel you though. I feel like I should like try and rearrange my room, but also my room's like kind of the size of a closet, so I don't really know
Well, funny enough,
what better
mine's
setup I could have.
mine's kind of the size of yours, and honestly, like it's just sectioning my room differently made me feel better. Turning my bed a different way. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. It was like a nice like needed breath of fresh air in my space, which is nice.
It's good.
I feel a lot better when I'm not facing a wall as well. So like my desk is now, because I have an L desk. One of the L's has like, basically I formed myself like a little like almost cubicle type thing,
Mm-hmm.
kinda. So like I'm facing out into my room. I'm speaking out into my room, so it doesn't feel like I'm talking to a wall. And like behind my monitor is like my open room. I can see my cat walking around. I can see the windows and whatnot. So like it feels just like a lot better to be in, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
than it did before. Cause like I don't know about you, cause I know your desk faces a wall. Like, do you ever like get I don't know bothered by that?
I not really. I understand like what you're saying. Like as you were saying it, I was like envisioning my desk the same way. But no, I don't think I have a problem with it. I just have like a poster up, so I'm like I just look at that.
I see. I like the stagnant space. Like, kind of always, I guess, bothered me. Like, especially when I was trying to do schoolwork behind my screens. Like, it just felt so like daft. Like I need to turn away from my screens, and that had me like procrastinate even more because like I was turning away, looking at my phone because I don't know. It just didn't feel. It almost felt claustrophobic in a way, just to be stuck by like looking behind my screens and seeing just a wall right there.
Yeah, I guess it's just like a mental thing. I also guess
Yeah.
that's why like people lose their minds at like cubicle jobs.
Mm, understandably.
Yeah. Come get
So
me.
yeah. rearranged my room, tried to get some positive energy going. It's been working so far. I feel like I've slept better in the new setup, which is cool.
Very nice.
Um, but besides that, it's just been a pretty standard week for me. The weather's getting colder. I always like to talk about that. So it's been nice. Been wearing hoodies most of the time with some sweatpants. Been enjoying myself.
Mm.
I also, over the weekend, I went and saw my little cousin. It was her birthday. She was turning 16. Shout out to you. And, honestly, like, it was an interesting experience because, like, they're in New York and COVID's a thing. So, like, I was.
Wait, didn't we talk about this last week?
No. What? I just got back.
Maybe I'm sure. I swear to God, we talked about it last week. I thought you got back last weekend.
Wait, did I get back last weekend?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure you
you're
did.
right. I did.
I was gonna say,
Holy shit.
We've totally talked about this on the
Okay.
podcast.
You know what? Okay, I have dementia.
No,
See,
but,
that's
okay.
another thing. The days blend together.
Yeah, I was gonna say, piggybacking off that, like, not to get, like, really depressing, but, like, holy fuck, every day is the same, and I can't stand it anymore.
Literally, like, this entire weekend just went by, and I literally thought I just got back just now. Like, that's how unimportant my days are. Because, like,
I
that
know.
actually threw me off so bad.
I mean, I'm sure, like, everyone can relate to that of, like, the days blending together. It's shitty, man.
But
It
dude, I
sucks.
blocked out a whole weekend just now.
I know you did.
I was like, that 7 days didn't happen.
I was like, didn't we play, like, video games over the weekend?
Oh, shit. Alright, so, okay. Circling back then, okay, so that didn't happen this weekend. You're right, we played games this weekend. I stayed in this weekend, and on that note, then, like, it was nice to play games with the boys. It still just feels so, like, I don't know, like, we always talk about the state in the world and how depressing it is under COVID and everything, but, like, man, it's really starting to feel like I need to figure out how to, like, just be okay with it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna drive myself insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tragedy of, like, it's hard to see the end in sight, and I think that's what's most frustrating, because I guess, like, cases are actually going back up.
Oh yeah, they're soaring, actually. Highest since August, I believe. I mean, on that note, though, like, is there anything you've been, like, doing to help your mental lately, or, like, how you been with this?
I mean, my mental's not that great, but I've been, like, talking to people, so that's been nice. I've been picking back up my piano. I dusted off in the corner of the room. I've been learning French a little bit to keep myself occupied. I'll do, like, was it, like, Duolingo?
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
I
talking
like
about?
that. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I'll do that at night, but a lot of it is, like, I know a lot of it, so I'm not learning too much.
Well, I mean, like, brushing up is still good.
Yeah. But I don't know, just like little things. I mean, lately we've been playing a game that's kept me pretty preoccupied. So
Yeah,
that's been nice.
Have to agree. It's been nice to have a game that's at least kept me interested enough to not just, like, scroll through social media for hours on end.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing that I've made an effort to do is not look at my phone so much. Because I feel like when I get to the point where I'm looking at Instagram and I'm looking like at the Explorer page and like sifting through shit, I feel like that's when I'm just wasting time. Like it's not like, oh, let me check Instagram just for the heck of it. It's just like I'm really bored and this is a very inefficient use of my time.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. The endless loop of, like, cycling through each social media that you have is just kind of like a trap that we can fall into.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I mean like I'll do it like maybe around noon when I got a little break and then like before I go to bed. Cause I don't know. We've had the discussion of like social media kind of like consuming you or just like not consuming but just being on it in a necessary amount, but I feel like I've hit that point just out of boredom and I don't like that.
I could agree with that myself.
Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. Just like small little things to keep me occupied throughout the day, but a lot of it is just like I feel like I'm just waiting for the next day constantly, knowing that like it's just gonna be the same shit. I don't know. I don't want to get
Yeah.
too depressing, but like it is what it
I mean,
is.
but it is depressing though, right? Like, we're not crazy.
No, it's just the state of the world at the moment.
Yeah. I'm optimistic. You know, we're nearing our country's election. We're like what, 2 weeks away? About.
Yeah, that'll be scary.
Um, honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. You know, like I wanted to talk about it in the way of like because it's obviously important for us. Like this election is kind of like it's kind of like a key part of our country at the moment.
Well, yeah, for sure. And I mean,
Like,
we've consistently threatened our viewers throughout the past like month or so to get in there and vote. And if you didn't vote, well, me and Bobby are going door to door with crowbars and,
well,
just
we've always
taking care
tried
of
to like
business.
not talk about politics that much, right? But like, I guess I was reading something last night, and like, it truly is like a massive election for our country and like it's our country moving forward. Because like, think about just like the Supreme Court seat. You know, if that's decided on through this election, that means a lot for things like women's rights and like for areas like abortion stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like there's big change coming with this election, whether we like it or not, and you know, last year I remember us saying like, "Oh, we're sick of hearing about the election," and we neglected to talk about it. But like, I find myself actively frightened at like what direction we going from here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this podcast didn't exist during like when Trump got elected, so we weren't too focused on the big kahuna. So
Mm,
like it didn't really matter to us. And like, I don't know, that's the thing is like when you fill out your ballot, you can't even recognize half the names unless you've done extensive research.
yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, like I understand not wanting to get political or not being a political person. I'm not myself, but it's kind of hard to ignore like the state of the world and like just act like, oh, whoever gets elected, I'm sure they'll do a good job because that's just not the case. And
Yeah, exactly.
we've seen it.
Like, cause that was the thing, right? Like, I was an ignorant person. Well, I couldn't vote in the last election. Actually, I wasn't of age. But like, I was ignorant and had the thought of like, no matter what, like you know, like what how bad could it be, right? That's what I always said. Like it's an election. If he got the popular vote for the RNC or the GOP, whatever you want to say, the Republican Party, like it can't be that bad, right? I was so fucking wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like I was like. Like I hate like hating on Trump at this point just because I feel like it's the flavor of the month thing at this point. Because I'm never gonna say anything new. I'm not gonna say anything unoriginal, or I mean anything original. You know, like but like it's to the point where like the fact that I just had faith in our government enough to not just fuck us for no reason, and the fact that we did get fucked for no reason, and like the fact that we are the at potential to just get fucked again, it just sucks. And honestly, like
Yeah.
it's such a weird feeling. Like I remember in school they like had us like sing praise to the democracy and republic that we built up as a country. You know, like oh, you guys should feel lucky that we have the governing system that we do. I feel like shit. Honestly, like I'm happy it's not like a totalitarianism or a dictatorship where like at least we can vote someone out. But God, fuck, the two-party system sucks. I'm sick of like we have a population of 350 million and we're forced to choose between two people to lead our country. What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, like, I always have a hard time when people make like oh, it could be worse. We could be in a dictatorship. It's like, well, we're nowhere near that, and there's no possibility of us being in that. Like, this is basically the closest it gets.
Yeah, like I don't know. There's just like a lot I can complain about this time around, and like there's just an actual fear. Because before I was able to get by on saying, "Oh, I don't care," and I had faith that it will just work out. But I don't have faith that it will just work out this time around, and that's a weird feeling.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I was able to vote last election, and I did vote, but it like when you're young and naive, you just assume that like, oh, my vote doesn't matter, or like none of this matters. But like the margin of where like he won was very slim, and there was like I think it was millions of people didn't vote and could have made a difference, but they had the same mindset. And then it's
Well,
also frustrating for like people our age Because like we have friends that are just like, oh, my vote doesn't matter. Like, I don't know enough about each party to like take a stance, and it's like doing a little bit of research really doesn't take that much time out of your day, and like something that's really going to affect you over the next 4 years. Now that like we're all young adults, we got to make big choices in the coming years. It's like
Oh, of course.
it's not, you can't ignore it at this point. Like you can't just pretend like no, it is what it is. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
you know,
It's super frustrating to watch.
it is, and like it doesn't help that we have like the electoral college system because like you mentioned like millions of people didn't like. The thing is, like, you can't really argue with some of those people that their vote doesn't matter, though, right? Because electoral college, like Trump lost the popular vote in the last election, but the electoral college had him win.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, like,
My point is like when shit like that happens, it's like I can understand when they're just like my vote doesn't even matter, but at the same time, still, it's just I don't know. I feel like exercising the right to vote is just something that we, I guess, have to do at this point. Like, there is no taking a back seat, kind of like you were saying this time around.
yeah. I mean, like, when you're a kid, like, it doesn't matter, but when you're in an age where, like, shit will actually affect you, and you just still don't care,
Oh,
and then
most
you, like,
definitely.
if you wonder why the world's a fucked up place, it's like, well, you played a part in it being this way if you just don't think it matters. Like, I understand what you're saying of, like, feeling like your vote doesn't matter, because, there's a lot of people in the world or in America, so you might think that you're insignificant, but I don't know. It's like, granted, like you were saying earlier, like the whole system I just feel is flawed, and I feel a lot of people feel that way. Like imagine, like I register as independent, but like I know voting for the independent party is essentially useless,
Yeah.
which is frustrating, but is what it is, I suppose.
That's what you got, right?
Yeah, I mean it's just like we can't change like the people in office, and granted all the people in office are like getting ready to keel over and die, so I guess just wait 15 years and hope for the best.
Yeah. I mean, but then you got like people like that young Supreme Court justice that Trump's trying to put in that's not looking for progress.
I mean, that's the whole thing, is like every person that like is under his thing or like I don't know, like agrees with his ideals are so like outdated. Like a lot of them is
Yeah.
just like it's just like oh, anti-gay, anti anything that involves like any progression in the world. It's like let's just go back to like 1950. Let's all just drive our fucking jalopies around.
No, it's a sad state of the world, honestly. Well, it's a sad state for our country, but
Yeah.
that's this came from asking me about my day, didn't it?
Oh, we transcended. We always
We
do.
okay. Well, I digress on that aspect.
Well,
Talking about things that are ending actually. So, Fast and the Furious, the franchise, we've
thank
memed it
God.
a lot
Thank
on
God.
this
Thank
show,
God.
huh?
I was saying thank God.
Oh.
Just end it, man. Get it, like we've been done.
So there are 9 films now, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
or 8, and the ninth is coming out in 2021.
Yeah.
I think I think that's right, something like that. My,
Sure.
anyways, so the director that's been like on board for the 10th and 11th film, and they've been on for like the ninth and I think the 8th as well. Anyways, the thing is, they're saying they're gonna bring an end to the franchise after the 11th film, and I just wanted to say, holy shit, Fast and the Furious got up to fucking 11 movies.
And my favorite thing about all these movies is they could have ended at the first one. Literally every single movie ended, and like it could have been like, oh man, that was a good series. Or like that was a good trilogy or whatever. And they just kept going, and it just
And
kept getting more
going.
like convoluted and just like outrageous for no reason. Like in the beginning it was like
Are they actually gonna go to space, do you think?
that's what, yeah, it's not the rumor.
Like, I hope Vin Diesel like fucking makes a spaceship do a wheelie, a rocket do a wheelie.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, like he just takes like a shuttle and he flies into space and he's like barrel rolling, and for whatever reason, there's just like a really long space rail and he starts grinding it, and it's like,
Think there's gonna be
okay,
a scene where like one of the characters just magically is able to drive like a plane or something, and they're like, "How'd you learn how to do that?" And he's like, "I'm just a good driver."
yeah, it's just like a one-liner, and then he puts on the sunglasses. It's I don't know. Like the movies are what they are. Like they're not bad
Yeah.
movies, but like it could have been over a while ago.
Honestly, like just 9 of them being out is what's so fucking okay. 8 being out, 9 coming in like May,
Yeah.
supposedly,
Hmm.
depending on COVID. But like that's a lot of fucking movies. Like what? Harry Potter had 8, was it right? Yeah, Harry Potter had 8,
Hmm.
and like I'm not gonna count the Marvel franchise as like one movie series. Like they are connected, but they're not. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not as linear as like Fast and the Furious and Harry Potter. So
Well, yeah,
like
yeah.
so with that being said, like I can't even think of another franchise that's had that many fucking movies.
Um, Pirates of the Caribbean. That's one where it was like, okay, that could end it
They
at
had,
one, and they kept
I mean, but
going.
they had 5. They had 5 movies though. This
That's
is
a lot.
they're going for 11. Damn. Like
Yeah, I know.
this has gotta be like a record or something, right? For a
Like
franchise.
longest running. I mean,
I would say
I
longest running, but like that's a lot of films for one franchise.
yeah, like longest consecutive. I don't know. Like, I wonder if you count spin-offs, because I feel like they're like, if you count spin-offs, that maybe like Star Wars or like Star Trek or like Lord of the
I guess
Rings.
there's technically 9 of Star Wars if you include the sequels, the originals, and the prequels.
We don't have to talk about the latest
But
ones. We can just assume there's six.
I mean, but like okay, no, actually, because this is important for the argument. So to
No, I
that
know.
point, then, because the sequels are a continuation of the story, even though they had no business being there, I would say we can count them in 9. Yeah, so like I would say Star Wars and well, Fast and the Furious after that is gonna take it away when they hit their 11th fucking film or 10th then 11th. So like I'm just like blown away, I guess, because like I grew up watching these movies with like I remember my childhood friend, me and Jake. We would fucking love watching like the first 3, and then when the fourth came
Mm,
out, like his parents took us to go see it in theaters, and then when that came out on DVD, we'd watch it all the time. And then I remember like Fast 5 coming out, and like I saw that with my mom, and I was like, okay, this is cool. Like it's more actiony. And
yeah.
then like the 6th came out, and I was like, all right, what the fuck is like this is so different because I remember I saw the 6th with my dad, and he hasn't seen it since like the second or third one, and he was like, "What the hell is this?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
like
I don't know. I didn't
I,
even realize how bad this has gotten.
I don't even know if I'd say bad though, because like I'll give the
Okay,
movies
now
like
different.
yeah, it's impressive that they remain to be like entertaining like through 8 movies. Like I haven't seen the last two, but I remember like 1 through 6. I was entertained through at least all of them. I mean, like I thought it
Yeah.
was kind of weird that they just started like originally the movie is about like cars being
Well,
fast, and then it was like Vin Diesel, you got to jump out of the moving airplane and fly it, and it's like
it was like
this
a
isn't a
cop
it's not a car.
was infiltrating like a racing rink or whatever. That's where Vin Diesel came in. That was Paul Walker was the cop, and then like they stuck with that for a while, and then like they took the gang to Mexico for like a crazy like death race or
Yeah.
something, and then after that the movies just went like that's when it was no longer about like racing cars and fast cars and family. That it was like we have to save the world.
Yeah, literally, it was like someone's gonna destroy the world, and then Vin Diesel's got his like Dodge Charger, and he's like, "I'm on it." It's
I'm
like,
on. Well, okay,
shit,
I
man.
will say when they had, like there was the bank heist scene or whatever in the 5th one I thought was cool, but like anyway, I don't know why I'm talking so much about these movies. I just think that the fact that they're gonna make it to 11 is insane to me.
It's impressive. I mean,
Well,
yeah, because like I can't even call like Fast and Furious movies like bad.
I guess Mission Impossible maybe those have a decent few of them, right?
I think so. I don't know because
Uh,
they never they're not like Fast 7, Fast 6. It's like Mission Impossible, Deadeye takes over the world, or like Mission Impossible. This mission's really, really difficult. Can
All right.
Tom Cruise do it?
They're so far there's six, a seventh plan for 2021 and an eighth plan for 2022. But
Hmm. Oh,
like
side.
that,
I was gonna say sidebar for the Mission Impossible movies. I think it's the latest one. Does the latest one have Henry Cavill in it? Do you know by chance?
the latest, yeah, it does.
But dude, this there's like the clip of them fighting in the bathroom, and he like loads up his like arms or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I
That
do.
scene, I was like, "Woo, it's clean." I don't know
Um,
why.
Honestly, I've never seen the Mission Impossible movies.
That was the only one I saw. I'll be honest.
Do you have to see them in like order? Is that
No,
relevant?
I don't think the movie's just Tom Cruise like trying to kill himself. Really.
Okay. Okay. Cause like honestly, like I was thrown off when like it to me Mission Impossible came out of nowhere. Like they were on like the sixth movie, and I remember like someone being excited that I knew to see it, and I was just like, the what movies? It's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
the Mission Impossible movies. I'm like,
James Bond movies,
modern day
actually.
Die Hard. Oh, James Bond. Those are good though.
I guess depends how far back you go. I can't watch like old ones. My parent, dude, I don't know why, and I hope my mom listens to this episode. I need to understand why every holiday where our family visits, they all just decide, let's watch a James Bond movie. And they, every single time, there's a James Bond movie in the living room, and they're all just sitting and watching it. And I don't understand why, because they've definitely seen it like 100 times.
Uh, actually, okay. On that note, specifically, my family does that, but with Lord of the Rings.
Fair enough.
So, honestly, I kind of wonder the same thing. You should ask this time around though. Be like, hey, why this?
Well, because, like, I know at this point, like, because when my aunt comes down, she'll watch one, and I'm like, why do you always watch James Bond? And she's like, honestly, I just do it every time I come down, and I feel like I'm obligated to, and I'm okay, sure.
Word.
Yeah, why not? It's fine.
Yeah, I guess it's as good a reason as any, right?
I guess. I mean, shout out Fast and Furious, though. You want to go see the ninth one together?
Yeah, we'll have to. We'll have to rate it. We'll have to get COVID tested for. I don't know how movies are gonna work. Maybe movie theaters won't even be around by 2021.
I mean, movie theaters are open now.
Yeah, I know, but like they're not getting as much revenue as they were nearly at all.
Oh, no way. Well, I mean,
Look, I bet popcorn's like $20 a bag right now to make
oh,
up
for
for it.
sure. You probably got to get pay. You probably got to give them like a finger in order to get a bag of popcorn. They can sell it on the black market.
Probably.
Crazy. I mean, speaking of long-running franchises, though, I guess the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they for the past decade, they've had the highest grossing superhero movie, but they're dethroned this year. I mean,
Oh.
obviously because of COVID, but the movie to take its place was the Sonic movie, and I just want to. I've never been more disappointed to be like, oh, what was better than the Marvel movies this year? And it's like, well, Sonic, because it's the only fucking movie.
And it's by default even better.
I know, but just like imagine being the person that directed the Sonic movie, and you're like, yeah, I was able to dethrone the Marvel movies, and they're like, well, wasn't that the year with COVID? And he's like, well, yeah, but I still did it. And it's like,
Hey,
shit.
they could have released Black Widow. They decided not to.
Fair enough, but come on, Sonic would have fucking dusted that. Like it's kind of obvious. But I just want to mention that. But like staying in that realm, I guess Spider-Man 3 is upon the horizon. I don't know when they're gonna start filming, but apparently Jamie Foxx is confirmed to be Electro, and apparently not confirmed, but they never said no. I guess Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield are gonna be in the movie. And why that matters is because they were the Spider-Mans in, like the previous iterations.
So,
And
like, I saw this, right? Like, I saw that
mhm,
they were seen on set, and, like, and then, like, obviously the internet, like, went insane with the potential implications of, oh, does that mean that he's gonna just deal with the multiverse? Right?
mhm.
Is that, like, Because, like, they're trying to bring Spider-Man away from Marvel now. Remember that whole conversation we had a couple months ago?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where, like, it was almost like Tom Holland was not going to be the Spider... Or, like, they were going to reboot Spider-Man again or whatever. But, like, they fought and, like, he's going to stay on for 3 and 4, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, there's potential then for them to decide to do something with the multiverse, probably. Like, where if they want to go, like, if Sony want to take it back,
Mm-hmm.
they could bring back Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield as other Spider-Men and keep it in the universe still, like, to make it seem like it's, like relevant, because they'll probably bring Doctor Strange in somehow as, like, a crossover character and have him deal with the multiverse or whatever the fuck.
Wait, I guess he's supposed to be like a key character in the movie, right?
In
Doctor Strange.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Ah!
Because I know he's supposed to be in the movie, but I thought he was supposed to be like pretty crucial to it.
Then
Granted, like
it's probably
all speculation, but regardless,
it's probably exactly what's going to happen, actually.
yeah. But I don't know. I just thought this was interesting, and I always keep thinking of like, I do not remember the Andrew Garfield movies, but I do remember the Tobey Maguire movies, and they always just feel like a fever dream.
Dude, I am okay. I saw Spider-Man 3, I think, like a couple months ago. Okay?
Hmm.
Let me fucking tell you, man. Like, kid me thought that movie was awesome, seeing fucking like like seeing Venom and and like the Sandman fight at the end.
Yeah.
But like the scene where he's just beating metal tubes and he's just yelling at him, okay. It was just like it didn't hold up that well. Is the point I'm
No.
trying to make. It really didn't. But
No.
also, I still think they're okay for their time, regardless. So like I don't know, but some weird shit happened in that movie. But you know,
To be honest, in like all of them, I mean, I like goth bad boy Tobey Maguire was in that movie. That was very fucking weird. But I mean, also on top of like having them all back, it really just kind of puts into perspective how like actually perfect Tom Holland is to play Spider-Man in comparison. Because like
mm,
Spider-Man's like still a kid, and Tom Holland he's young. He's got a young face to him. But like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire did not. When you look back at it, it's like Spider-Man's like mid-30s or like late 20s. It's just doesn't
well,
really fit.
yeah, I feel like Tobey Maguire was like fine, like in the second and third ones, like because they like kind of dumped the whole school part of it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I do agree with you. Like, it felt odd.
Yeah. I
But to be fair, Tom Holland played like a 15-year-old when he was like 20, like 20 or 21. So like
not
they
that
made him a
not that
little on
far
the
off.
younger side for no fucking reason, but thanks to the whole timeline fuckiness because of the whole Endgame situation, like I guess they kind of fixed that.
Yeah, that's fair. Um Fuck man. I don't even like I remember going to the theaters and watching the Spider-Man movie that had Jamie Foxx's Electro in it, and I don't even think I knew it was Jamie Foxx.
Oh, the Spider-Man 2, right?
I
Like
think it was
the
two.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
But I
I don't
I
think that
remember
was Jamie Foxx.
yeah, I remember going on like a triple double date to see that movie. And it was such a weird experience. I think
Holy shit.
I
That
was like
was Jamie Foxx.
yeah, when did that movie come out? Because I feel like I was like 14, 15.
2014, yeah.
6 years ago. Yeah. All right, around there.
Wait, you were on a triple double date, you said?
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh?
Because it was like the like everyone gets dropped off by their mom, and then you all gotta wait for whoever's mom was driving to pick you guys up.
Oh my, one of those? Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Also, my desk chair, super fucking squeaky. Want to just yeet it out the window.
I know I'm hearing it. Mine does the same though, so I understand.
Yeah, but like I lean back so often and lean forward so often, like a freaking spaz. So I'm just hearing it go. Ah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, listeners.
It's fine. It is what it is.
I'm
But
gonna go raid the cupboard for WD-40 after this episode.
I think I might do the same. But good news. I'm okay with it. Spider-Man
Yeah.
3. I need some good news.
Well, speaking of things that aren't gonna happen, so Kanye West's appearance, I don't know if you heard he was gonna be on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah.
Well, it's been canceled because a member of the podcast's crew tested positive for COVID. Joe Rogan said everyone, himself included, of the crew is fine except for the one person, but they're canceling the show until it gets sorted out.
Yeah.
Um, so like I don't know, I was kind of like disappointed by that. Like I really want to see like how Kanye's fucking insane god complex would go with Joe Rogan's like I don't know what you would even call his personality as a host.
It, it's tough to say, to be honest. He's got multiple personality, like not multiple personality disorder, but like he's different, but depending on who's actually there. And yeah, I don't know what an episode with him and Kanye West would be like, but
I'm I'm so sad. I hope he gets him back when they clear up.
yeah, I mean it'll happen eventually, but I can only imagine like the clips and like the memes that'll spawn from that, man.
Dude, I would be even if he got Kanye to smoke fucking weed and mellow out a little bit. Like I'd be happy for that.
We take what we can get, and I'm okay with that. I don't know, man. I just hearing Kanye talk is so scary to me because it's not coming from like a mentally well off place. Like that man is not doing good. And I just don't know if he doesn't want any help or if like people around him don't see it as an issue, but like the way he talks is just not right.
I mean, when your head is as big as his is, like I'm sure it's hard to even get through to that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I know he's bipolar, and I don't know if that's like it, but I don't know, man. Every time Kanye West talks, I just don't feel like it's from a good place, I guess.
Yeah, well, like he is crazy. For lack of a better word, he's fucking crazy. Like
Yeah.
he like he needs help or you know, within reason. And like he's not getting it and like is it the fame? Is it an act? Like it's all hard it's hard to really like
Yeah, put a
it's hard.
finger on.
Yeah, it's hard. I
Yeah.
mean, actually, can I talk about some like other celebrity news by the way real quick?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Jared Leto is confirmed to be coming back for the Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh no. Oh no. I like
Yeah, he's confirmed to be coming back as the Joker.
like out of every person that's ever played the Joker, man, like Jared Leto, like it is universally agreed upon that that was just bad. Nothing about that was good.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. He had like 8 minutes of fucking screen time.
Good.
Like, he's not the best Joker. It's hard, and honestly, like, it's hard when, like, think about fucking Joaquin Phoenix's performance. Think about Heath Ledger's performance. Okay, like, they're top fucking notch. So I understand, like, you're not gonna ever get close to that, but, like, it's just cringy, his iteration of it. Like, I
Well,
hope they make him dial it back or something.
yeah, well, like that's the thing is like they're not really comparable just based off like the tones. Like Heath Ledger's and Joaquin Phoenix was definitely like a more serious tone,
Yeah,
and
his is more of like a edgy fucking.
yeah,
I don't
like
even know what the hell you'd call it.
it's Suicide Squad. Like it's not. It's
Yeah,
kind of like a comedy thriller movie. So like I'm not expecting him to like I don't know fucking kill it, but like what he did was just not good. Like no matter what the tone of the movie was, it just wasn't good.
because it felt like it was supposed to be like the I'm gonna be the new age Joker, and like the whole like I'm gonna be shirtless and covered in tattoos thing. Like okay, so they almost just made him look like a gangbanger that happened to have green hair rather than like the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Like it didn't really fit it at all. I don't know, man. And then like the whole like he'd send like a box of like dead rats to his co-stars to really prepare for the role. It's like you're just being a fucking weirdo, man. Like I don't I understand getting into character and like whatnot, but like that's just weird.
Yeah.
And also like unsettling. And if that's the vibe you were going for, then you wouldn't have portrayed your character that way. It just felt lost, man. Granted, that movie in general just felt lost, but
I mean,
I'm
it
I'm sure the next one will
definitely
be
wasn't.
better.
I mean, like, I don't know. I hope there's potential, but I just kind of wanted to jump in on the Kanye thing real quick with that because like it literally just got announced like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, way to be on top of these things.
I got a news alert about it.
You're nuts. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I will say one thing Suicide Squad did was it probably boosted Hot Topics revenue quite a bit. The amount of the amount of what is it? Daddy's Little Nightmare? Is that what was it? What Harley
Yeah.
Quinn's shirt was?
Daddy's Little Monster.
Monster, yeah. That probably sold Harley Quinn Halloween costumes. Bangers,
Oh, dude.
I'd
Oh, dude.
imagine.
Those are gonna be coming around for years. And honestly, I'm
I'm wearing one.
I'm not complaining. Is all I'm gonna say. Like I
Okay.
don't know what like about like the odd like crazy look that I find like interesting and attractive, but I'm not complaining about that one. I think Margaret Robbie did some good work, and I'm happy that in her movie, the Harley Quinn movie, like they were able to like desexualize it even more, but still keep the coolness.
Yeah, I
Because like
love
that's
her.
what I liked about Birds of Prey, is like they like because in Suicide Squad there was that scene where she changed right in the middle of everybody, like they over sexualized the fuck out of her.
Yeah,
But then
facts.
like for her movie they dialed that back a lot, but still kind of kept like some of the aspects of it, which I thought was really tastefully done. Like I would want to see more like Harley Quinn movie versions of that for Halloween than like the slutty one. Either
Hmm.
well, you know, you know,
Sure, man.
you know, you know.
Actually, if you want more, watch the animated Harley Quinn series. It's really good.
Yeah.
I think it's on HBO.
Ooh,
But
interesting.
yeah, I highly recommend that. I watched through it and I really liked it.
Mm. On the subject of DC movies, actually, The Killing Joke is on Netflix as well. If anyone wants to take a peek at that, I heard it was
Which
like but like
which one's that?
I don't know. I think it's the Joker movie.
This
The
because
ki-
I know it sounds familiar and I don't know if it's the one where it's like Batman or Joker becomes Batman or like it's something because I read the comic for it and I'm pretty sure it's the same one where it's like
uh,
he injects like something that turns Batman into like a Joker type thing and then they do like a multi-universe type shit.
I think it's just like the Killing Joke. I think is just like the backstory of the Joker.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I gotta find out what it is, man, because it's really good.
Um,
But
yeah, it's the Joker's backstory is the Killing Joke.
okay, well that's fine.
Yeah.
I had one thing, which is actually really convenient because we were humming the theme song earlier today. But I guess Zoey 101 is finally getting a reboot, and it's
I'm sorry, just thought it's really convenient because we were humming the theme song earlier, and then he said Zoe 101. I was like, that's kind of the weirdest coincidence I could have
because
actually.
like, I was assuming that like you read the top because it was either you or someone else started humming it, and I was like,
Jordan
oh,
started humming it actually.
okay. And I was like, okay. But yeah, this shit got hinted like a long time ago, and now it's like finally in motion, and I guess it's like half of the old cast and then the other half is just like TikTok stars, which is very weird.
Zoe 101 getting a reboot. Wow.
Yeah.
I actually really liked that show as a kid.
I
It
love Zoe 101. Zoe 101 and Degrassi, I fucking loved.
I never watched Degrassi, unfortunately. See, like I saw the commercials for it, and I was like, "Oh, that show's too advanced for me. Looks too stressful."
Understandable.
Cause like I saw like all the commercials were so dramatic and shit. So like I was just like, nah, I don't want to be stressed.
No, dude,
I'm good with Teen
honestly,
Titans.
That's fair. Teen Titans is also really good. But Degrassi, for like the age I watched it, the amount of like real world issues that are like a thing nowadays is really crazy.
Yo, they dealt with some heavy stuff for that show, like
Yeah.
dedicated to like early high school, middle schoolers.
Because it was coming out like mid to late 2000, early 2010s, And I just
Mm.
remember that there was like episodes on like one dude he'd act homophobic, but he was secretly gay. There was like a school shooting one. And then there was like,
Suicide, I
yeah,
think.
suicide, racism, drugs. Like it had
Drake
everything.
in a wheelchair.
Well, yeah, Drake was the person that got shot. Aubrey Graham, I'll have you know.
Okay, wait, okay, did Drake get popular off of Degrassi?
Um,
Or
that's a
like
start.
was he a music artist before Degrassi?
No, it was kind of he got his start on Degrassi. Like,
No
yeah,
fucking way.
yeah, and then Drake just
No fucking way.
then he just absolutely blew up.
Oh my god. I missed Drake's come up because I didn't watch Degrassi.
Essentially, well, I think like
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
yeah, I think he left the show like like towards the middle of it or like towards the end because I don't know. I think it was just like people graduated and that's how they left the show, and then they had new main characters. Dude, honestly, I'd be interested to go back and see how Degrassi holds up, but I don't know
Yeah?
where I'd watch Degrassi.
It was a Nickelodeon show, right? So it'll probably
Yeah,
come to Netflix eventually because that like deal that they had.
that's true. Yeah, yeah, it was on like Teen Nick. It wasn't just Nickelodeon. It was Teen Nick.
It came on right after Next Declassified School Survival Guide,
Yes,
actually.
sir. Except the episodes, like,
Hey, guess what? Degrassi Next Class on Netflix, 4 seasons.
really.
Wait, but the most recent season's in 2017.
Oh, maybe they could have been kept making new ones. Or it could be like a Full House thing where they did like a Fuller House where like
Yeah,
Degrassi ended.
because it says Degrassi Next Class, so it kind of
Oh
looks like it
God.
did start in 2017, actually.
Nah. Regardless, yeah, Zoey 1-1's
Regardless.
coming back. Um, it's interesting that because like I've been seeing this a lot where they're rebooting shows and then they take just like TikTok or like YouTubers and they just slap them on the show and they have them promoted through their socials so that people are like, oh shit, cool. But 8 times out of 10 they can't act, so it just doesn't work.
Well, like, I kind of understand why they have to do it, though, right? Because young people used to kind of like fantasize and obsess over celebrities like there was the Robert Patterson with Twilight and all that stuff but kids don't really do that nowadays from movies. Like it's more like it's like singers, it's more like there's always been music artists obviously, but it is like the TikTok stars and the vloggers and stuff like the Dolan twins and all that like that they
Yeah.
obsess over. So I guess it kind of makes sense. Like they can't act. Like they gotta get names that people know in there. Otherwise, no one's gonna take the chance on it.
Yeah, no, like I understand it, and also like the marketing you get from those kids is probably insane with the like cult following they have on that app. But
Mm. Almost
I,
definitely.
it's just like whenever you put those kids in like a place where they gotta act, it doesn't work out. There's one show that's like all TikTokers, and it's called Attaway General, and I didn't watch it, but I watched like a YouTuber review it, and they showed clips from the show. It's painful. It is actually painful to listen to them try to
Oh,
act.
is it that that guy that you showed me? What the hell is his name? That does it? Cody
Well,
Co?
yeah, critical. Yeah, he does it.
Critical. Fuck. There we go. Well, there you go. Same
You
thing.
got it. Yeah, you got it. But yeah, no, he did a video on it, and it was just it's bad. It's
Oh, you
not
gotta link
good.
me to that. That guy's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I will. It's because they don't. I don't know. They don't like understand expressing emotion. So like it'd be like a scene where like someone died and they're like, "No, Dad, damn," and it's like
Ah, shit. Not again.
not even that. It'd be like, "Oh shit, not again." And it's like they just don't. I don't know. It's so weird. So like I can't say I'm excited about this, but I don't know. Just when they reboot series, just like out of the nostalgia trip, I don't know, man. All I'm saying, if Jamie Lynn Spears never got pregnant when they were filming Zoey 101, this would have never happened.
This would have never happened.
I don't know if do you remember that at all?
Well, I mean, like, I remember that, like, I heard rumors that she was pregnant after the show just randomly canceled. Like, I heard, like, a couple years later, yeah, did you know she got pregnant? And I was like, no, there's no way. Nah,
Yeah,
and then it
well,
came out as true, but by then I didn't give a shit. So
yeah. Well, it was like she got pregnant, and then like the show, they had to stop the show from it. I don't know if it was because of it or if it was just like the timing of it. And then like people just like blackballed her. They were just like, I don't want to see Jamie Lynn Spears in anything else. If she's not Zoe, she's nothing here. It's like, hey guys, let's calm down a bit.
I mean, they weren't. Are you ready?
I could we
You see
literally
me standing
no no
here.
no no we could literally do the whole thing. Do I look good today? I'm not doing it. We could
Okay.
literally do the whole theme
All right.
song.
We.
It's playing in my head right now, and I'm angry.
It's okay. Just wash it out with the iCarly theme.
All right, I need to stop. That's it's not good content. It's
Now
just
blend
not
them together.
good. Stop.
We're too powerful. Anyway, in other news, Rosie Leslie, and Kit Harington, they are confirmed pregnant.
Let's go.
So they're gonna have their first child. I don't think like a sex was announced or anything like that, but she's pregnant. She announced that.
Well, they had to have sex, Bobby. That's how kids are made. You,
What?
you said the sex hasn't been announced, but I'm like, just, you get it. Do you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
get?
yeah,
Was it funny? Like,
yeah.
but you're not laughing. I don't like. You normally, if it's funny, you'd laugh at it, right? Or
My laugh's gonna be edited in. It's okay.
okay.
So yeah, they're she's pregnant.
Very good.
So that was announced, I guess. And I guess that's kind of like all there was to that announcement. I just thought it was kind of cute because I just love them as a couple. The fact that they met on the show of Game of Thrones, and like they're just a positive way of remembering the show for me. Whereas like season 8 is like not.
Well, they haven't finished the show yet, but no, I totally agree.
Dude, I looked down at this tattoo on my arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I think now from now on, whenever someone's like, "Oh, what's that tattoo?" I'm just gonna say it's a wolf. I'm not gonna say it's the Stark sigil from Game of Thrones.
Do
I
you
think it's
regret
just.
it or?
Do I regret it? No, because like
Okay,
the
good.
thing, like it stands on its own, like
Yeah.
the way it looks. Because I think it's still a cool look.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, just like relating it to Game of Thrones no longer really carries its meaning for me.
I feel that, man. I mean, we got time if we want to go on another rant about Game of Thrones if you'd like.
I mean, like no, but maybe next time.
Oh, that's fair.
Well,
I mean,
actually, some of the prequels I think were actually announced for Game of Thrones.
a while back, but I don't
Like,
think. I think they had a release date sometime this year, but I imagine that definitely got pushed back because of COVID. But
it was House of the Dragon was it was a prequel based like 300 years before Game of Thrones, and they had some good casting, but I don't think there was ever like anything beyond that.
okay. I mean, just give me something that's not season 8, really, and I'll be okay with it.
Well, it'd be before, so it'd be like there'd be a lot more dragons, presumably,
Mm. Which, hey, more the better.
because like that was back in the era where dragons weren't extinct.
Yeah.
So honestly, it could be like a really cool fucking show. Like,
I like personally, if you put like any show that has action in that era, I'm automatically hooked. Or if you do like Cyberpunk, you literally have my attention. It doesn't the plot can be dog shit, but I'll be entertained.
oh,
You know what I
most
mean?
definitely. Like, I have to agree with that. I have to, because like if this because it's Game of Thrones, right? So like assuming that they had at least the budget for season like 7 and 8 for their CGI that they had like for that show for the new
Hmm.
one, like it's gonna be a great show. It's gonna look great, like because the problem would be like is that they had the budget like that the Witcher's first season had, and like don't get me wrong, it was still a good season, but like the CGI was nowhere near as good as like the ending seasons of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
So
very
like
true.
assuming that they have still budget from that left over, like it'll be a great show. Like
Hmm.
at least in terms of, like being able to nerd out about fucking dragons and fire and shit like that, magic, all that.
Yeah. What would you do if like they really just kill the vibe and like the CGI dragons are just like shit, or it's like somebody in a costume? Like it is like outrageously bad.
Well, honestly, like I would be going in. I'm already kind of going in as a burned individual,
Hmm.
cautiously stepping around. So like, honestly, like I don't think I'll be like disappointed. Well, I would be disappointed, but I don't think I'd be shook by it. Like I'm kind of going in with the expectations low, anyways.
Yeah. That reminds me of like us actually watching the final episode of season 8, and like we tried to justify it to ourselves on like, I don't think it was that bad and shit like
Dude,
that.
when what's funny actually, because like it's not as popular, so clips of the show are like getting put on YouTube now and shit.
Yeah.
And like I had a clip in my recommended of the final scene of like the "that's why I'm here" or "that's why I came all this way" thing. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I watched it and I was infuriated all over again.
I actually no, I do remember when that scene we were like hand like hands on her face just like, "No, man. No, man."
And who's got a better story? Oh, fucking
Yeah, it was
really?
just like, there's no fucking way. There's got to be one more. There's got to be another season.
Right? Like this is a gag. This is a gag. HBO put it out just to make it be like psych.
But I remember the worst thing of that was the YouTube videos of like why Game of Thrones season 8 is actually a masterpiece, and it's like a 30-minute video, and like I remember I watched one and I was like, they're probably all gonna be like this, and they had to try so hard to like justify like the means to the end, and it was like, well, don't you remember in season 5, 33 minutes into episode 4, when Jon Snow specifically said, "I think I'd like to live up north." That's what they were hinting at. It's so genius of the writers to think back that far, and it's like, hey Sherlock, you're reaching. Just go with the herd. We're all on the same page right now. It's shit. I'm sorry. We didn't have to talk about Game of Thrones, but we did.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I wanted it. Right here, and this is it.
Well, honestly, like I can't like cuz it's always going to make me feel burned. It was such a good show and I enjoyed it so much. I bonded with my friends over it. I bonded with family over it. I got tattooed over it. I've read books over it. I've seen other shows over it. I've listened to music over it. Like there's just so much in it for me for it just to be like now a memory that I'm like, ah, fuck.
Yeah, hard agree. I don't
And
know.
like you can always make the case that the show got too big anyways, so like it was never gonna feel like it got a proper ending. But what the fuck ever, like
Yeah, that just ties back to like trying to justify bad writing, possibly.
yeah.
I don't know. It's stinky. That's the big word. It's stinky.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel great, I can tell you that.
Nah, but it's fine. We're on to bigger and better things.
We
I
are.
I don't know, like Star Wars: The Clone Wars final season.
We did start that, we're 2 episodes away from finishing it, and honestly, it's kind of like it's a sad thing because we already know where it ends, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, uh,
I mean, to be
I,
fair, you've pretty much finished the show. Like the last 2 episodes, I don't like. I'm not trying to spoil it or anything, but they're pretty irrelevant.
I'd imagine. I mean,
Cause like,
I know what happens.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, like from the point where like, so like so Star Wars: The Clone Wars had a delayed season 7 that came out like a few years later after the show like was like quote finished to
Hmm.
like wrap up the story. And Dan and I have been going through and finishing it, but like. The way the timeline works, like it just makes you even more depressed because you're like, ah, cool, Anakin's killing younglings right about now.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like,
Like,
oh,
oh, that's the last time we saw Ahsoka. Oh,
yeah,
Obi-Wan will never see her again.
yeah.
So it's sad.
It's
It's sad.
bittersweet. It's bittersweet because
Bittersweet.
like
That's a good way of
the
saying
whole series, like from beginning to end, is objectively just really good all the way through. Like, there's no There's definitely going to be like filler episodes, but there's no bad episodes.
Oh no, none at all.
I mean, I guess that's if you're into Star Wars, but like I loved it, especially like watching it as I grew up. Fucking,
Mm.
give me 20 seasons. They don't even got to make sense. It's fine. Just give me 20 seasons.
Take me back to the old Republic, and I'll be happy.
Dude, give me cool shit in Star Wars. I don't give a fuck about what they're putting out, man. I don't care. I don't. Yeah, no, we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah,
It's almost
no,
time.
That's not the
We
bag.
can
It's
go
not
for
the
like
bag.
fucking 20 minutes. This is
Yeah.
essentially just like a movie episode, by the way.
Has it been? Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, we talked about like politics first 20 minutes and like the other 40-ish, kind of just movies and shows.
Hey, that's us, man. Pop Culture
Honestly,
Podcast.
I prefer that a lot more than like out of the last 10, like 5 or 8 of them are just like 30 minutes of yeah, world's kind of shit. Here's why.
True.
And we narrowed it down to like 2 minutes of this episode, so it's good. We're getting better.
We're getting better.
But I will say, if you'd like to wrap us up,
All right,
you are
folks,
more than
that has
welcome to.
been the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 102. Thank you for tuning as always. We appreciate you. We're on social media. The handle for both those is the Frying Pan Pod. We also have an email, which is inthepanpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in to any of the audio platforms to listen to us. We greatly appreciate it. If you could leave a like, a comment, a star rating, that would also be much appreciated. And for the last time, folks, I've been Robert D'Onofrio.
Same.
And that's been Daniel Sear. This has been the Frying Pan Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next one.
I'll catch you in the next one.
He'll catch you. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.